It's
directly
also
responding.
been 6 years since the last hot Pusha T song, so.
Nah, man, he's got some fire, man. He's got some fire. But yeah, like these guys wanted to, get in and debate because there's various opinions on this. I personally feel like Pusha T's got the one up here, but let's hear what do you think, Carl? What's your consensus on this?
Like, I'm nobody's fan, and I say this respectfully, but I think Pusha T, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. I don't feel like he said anything that we didn't already know or speculate about a year ago. And it just felt like he was digging up a boxed in thread from page 70 and created that into a diss track. It just didn't feel personal. No, but... it felt like he was just coming with internet speculation, and nothing that he said was personal.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it felt like, it didn't feel like his experience with Drake. He was just dissing Drake on things that we already know about Drake. He didn't, to me, express what his actual beef was with Drake.
Well, I think that's wrong and a wrong interpretation, because if it wasn't a big deal, it was things that we already knew about, the internet would not have blown up. The
internet is full of dick riders. The internet was ready to dick ride this song.
There's people dick riding Drake. Like, what are you talking about? There's equal,
Yeah, but I felt like Drake was saying things that I understand why he's angry about.
You mean saying oh, I sold more than you, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's whack as hell.
In terms of just being with Kanye and helping him make his album and write songs for him, and then, weeks ago, and now Kanye has produced a Drake diss track, pretty much. I feel like Drake has a reason to be angry. I don't know what Pusha T's beef is.
Yeah, but to be... Hold on, my bad. Yeah, but to Infrared wasn't really necessarily a Drake diss. It was 4 bars. Who doesn't drop
on a Kanye produced track when Drake was just with Kanye, helping Kanye make his album?
So Nas should have dissed Kanye when he produced Takeover, huh?
That wasn't 2 weeks ago. Drake was just with them. Drake was just with Kanye, helping him make his album a few weeks ago. And now Kanye has produced a Drake diss track. So I understand what Drake's beef is. He brought all of that up in the song. He brought up the fact that he used to be a Pusha T fan, and now Pusha T has fallen off. These are personal feelings. And Pusha T's diss track was just dissing him about rumors and speculation.
How did Pusha T fall off if he's always been on the radar? He's never been this top tier well-known popular rapper, but he's a rapper's rapper. Every rapper respects Pusha T lyrically.
Even Jay did a song with him.
Even your boy Jadakiss.
To me, I understand where Drake's coming from in terms of Drake's feelings, though. Drake feels like Pusha T has fallen off. He come from being a Pusha T fan. He grew up pretending to be the Clips, and in the past few years, you can't really say Pusha T hasn't fallen off.
How so?
He's released a 10-track prelude for a 7-track album. That's 20 minutes. It's hard to say he hasn't fallen off after that.
I don't have a problem with a 20-minute album.
If we got a Pusha T project every year, then a 20-minute album would be acceptable. But when it's been 5 years since the last Pusha T album, it's kind of a slap in the face to release a 20-minute project.
It would be a slap in the face if you're only a fan of Pusha T, but you got other people
20 minutes, Ed. 20 minutes.
That don't matter.
That's half the length of an EP.
That's 7 songs at 3 minutes apiece.
As a Pusha T fan, you're happy with that?
if you would have had 3 more songs, that would have made everything better? 10 songs? Is that what you're arguing?
The argument isn't really the number of tracks, it's the length of the tracks as well. It's both of them combined. It's the fact that each song is produced by the same guy. It's the fact that each song is about the same thing.
Because the album is produced by one guy, that's a bad thing?
No, because the album feels like one long song with different beats. There's no diversity to the album.
I guess. So you want a love song.
Every song is about throw in a love song, throw in a club song, throw in, a song about shooting niggas. It's just every song is about I sold this, I have this.
But that would be Pusha T trying to go mainstream. And
no, Pusha T's last album wasn't all about drug dealing. His EP that he released wasn't all about drug dealing. This feels like an album that was made in a weekend after Kanye tweeted the release date and summoned Pusha to the studio, and he had a weekend to make 7 tracks.
Okay,
what this album feels like. It doesn't feel like someone who spent a year or months working on a project.
Yeah,
it's just here's the beats. If I gave Swift now 7 beats and I said, right, 7 verses and we're going to release it in 2 weeks, this is what I would expect the outcome to be.
Yeah, like Kanye did have a lot of influence on this because I watched the Breakfast Club interview with Pusha T, and he said he actually had a different album altogether, but like he let Kanye hear the album and Kanye liked what he gave to him, but then he slept on it, and when Kanye woke up, he told him that he wants to make a new album completely. And
in Push's defense, I think this is why he didn't call the album King Push. This is not his vision for King Push. This is a whole new album in his mind that he made with Kanye in a weekend.
Yeah, it's pretty much that.
Ken, I just not that reviews matter or anything, but this is literally his highest rated album. So
okay, it's not in terms of songs. If you play each song one by one, none of these songs are bad. They are all good songs. I'm not saying the album is garbage. I'm just saying as a project, as a full, listening to it as a whole, it's just repetitive and it's uninspired.
But it's not the only album that's like that now, though. Like a lot of projects.
Yo, I've got the
I hold Pusha T to a higher standard than a lot of rappers.
I got the J. Cole album, and that is pretty much what you're talking about. The same thing. It might be different topics, but it sounds like the same thing. And the previous one, I think, was better than this one. But I still like the project. I still love it. That's not a bad thing, what you're saying. You sound like Drake dissed you, right now.
As a Pusha T fan, I'm disappointed by the album. Regardless of this whole Drake beef, I was disappointed way before Dre released his freestyle. It's just, I don't just want 7 songs about drug dealing from Pusha T. It's 2018. I would rather hear him boss up. Does anyone here believe that Pusha T is really a drug dealer? Like, he's in the streets selling cocaine and chopping up and whipping.
I don't think he's saying that he does that currently.
He talks like that's all he talks about.
That's what he's always
talks about. Nothing. Yeah, but it's 2018. He's the president of good music. He's doing all these business moves. He's, I feel like we've elevated him above being a drug dealer.
He's better than that?
Yeah, of course he's better than that. It's like no one thinks of Jay-Z as a drug dealer anymore. He's elevated himself. Jay-Z's not coming on songs and talking about whipping work and baking soda and kilos of coke on a boat from Cuba.
Jay did get a lot of criticism for talking all that boss shit.
I just feel like Pusha has elevated himself above that. I would rather hear Pusha evolve as he has as a person. I don't believe he's a street nigga who's selling work, and I don't believe what he's rapping about. That's my biggest issue with him. If this was an AR Ab album, and every song is about drug dealing, then I could say, okay, that's who AR is. I don't believe Pusha T is the guy who he claims to be when he gets on the mic, and there's a disconnect for me. I find it hard to believe. If Drake did a whole album about being a thug, even if every song on the album is dope, there's going to be a disconnect because we know that's not what Drake is. And that feels like the same thing to me.
You're taking it further though. You're saying you don't believe he's a drug dealer, so
I don't believe he's so.
So you shouldn't be rapping about that. But
no, he can. This is his life experience.
That's it. If he wants... So what's your problem with it? Like
my problem is the whole album is about this. Every song on the album is about this.
But you choose what you want to rap about. You choose it, and you make the song. The songs are good. You put it on your album. They're done. You can't just say to him, "Oh, because it's all
I want to hear more from him." I'm a Pusha T fan. I want to hear more from Pusha T as an artist. I want to hear about his life. I want to hear what he can do creatively. I want to hear him with different producers and different features.
So you're telling me, you, like Ed said, you want a love song, you want one about you leaving your girl, you want one about, I don't know, getting beat up in the street, you want one about you taking exams. What do you want?
Not necessarily these subjects, but I want to hear diversity from him because he's a great fucking rapper. He's one of the best rappers we have.
You can talk about drugs on every single song in your album and have diversity there. You can switch it up because it's about music, not about the theme. It's about. I don't feel
like this album, listening to it from start to end, that we learn anything from Pusha T.
We know he's lyrically good, and he's lyrically.
We knew that.
One of the best.
We knew that from 2002. That's not anything new to us. We know Pusha T is great.
So why can't he do a whole album based on drug dealing? Why?
I just wanted more from him.
I think
because he's been rapping about drug dealing for the past 20 years.
I think we're gonna get more though, like because he still said he's putting that project out.
Based on Pusha T's track record of releasing one album every 3-4 years, I'm not confident that we're gonna get more from Pusha T.
Well, on the Breakfast Club, he said he's still putting out the other album.
2 years ago, The Lock said they're releasing a new album in 6 months.
Well, at least Styles P dropped.
Okay. Maybe we're getting Malice EP.
All right, my final point was that you said something about him rapping all over Kanye beats. Like the Clips only ever rapped on Neptune's beats. So
my problem is not that whole album is Kanye beats. It just felt like this was Kanye's. Like Kanye just gave him these 7 beats and he just made songs for them. It didn't. Jay-Z's whole album was produced by, who was his album produced by?
No idea.
Yeah. And this felt like a cohesive project. Like they sat down, they went through beats, they had different samples. You know, it felt like a collaboration. I have no problem with one album being produced by one guy, but this just felt like Kanye made these 7 beats and said these ones are for Pusha T, and Pusha T rapped over them.
Fair enough. Let's transition into this beef though.
Yeah, let's get into the diss, man. For real, because I think Pusha got it clean. I didn't like the fact that he used the J beat, but still.
Okay, can I ask you,
he took it there.
How did he take it there? What did he say that you didn't already know?
So, like, okay, I don't know if you guys heard this, but like Drake was ready to come out with an entire Adidas campaign, and he was going to like involve it with his son. So he was going to like publicly, bring out his son
Pusha T works with Adidas
and the baby mother. Yeah, he works with Adidas too. Okay. So
this is information that Pusha would know.
Yeah, exactly. He outed the whole thing basically. So he's just give me a sec. I got a call. Carry on, Ed.
Yeah. So he kind of like revealed that. I guess he beat Drake to the punch.
But he didn't. But he didn't say this in the song itself. Maybe that came out because of the song. But if you put the song in a bubble, none of this was said in the song.
It was said in the song though.
He said your son deserves more than.
It was implied. It was implied, but if you had no backstory, you don't know what this means.
Yo, all I know, is that hoe Drake got a porn star pregnant. How the fuck did you do that? And now you don't want to pay her child support, and the only thing you're doing for your son is to get him an Adidas modeling gig to pay some money. Yo, you are a bum, Drake.
But did you not know this before the Pusha T diss track?
No, I did not know this. I didn't know Jay had a child.
I did not know this at all.
Yo,
this is news from a year ago. There's been pictures,
but it's always been speculative.
Yeah, but
it still is though. It still is.
Okay, the way Pusha T done it, you know he ain't lying. And how the fuck do you get a porn star pregnant, man?
I'm not gonna lie, I would get mad porn star pregnant if I was Drake.
No, if you're Drake, how are you getting turned down by Rihanna and they're getting like a porn star pregnant? And the thing is, Drake is the ultimate friend zone. And this porn star, I looked her name up, she's not even good looking. She's not even nice. She's not even she's not even a star, She's like a stripper. You got like a retired porn star stripper hoe pregnant, and you're Drake. Think about that.
She'd be on Craigslist and shit.
I'm gonna check X videos. What's her name?
She's not even on there. I checked. She's not on there. That's how shit she is. And Drake got her pregnant and tried to the girl said Drake tried to force her to have an abortion.
Yo, but this is news from a year ago.
I didn't know about this. No one know. No Drake.
I knew about this,
bro. Like, not a lot of people knew.
This was.
You can just tell. You can just tell the reception of the song. Like, not a lot of people knew.
They were like leaked DMs and leaked texts from a year ago.
I didn't see that. Was it on Boss It? Was it on BET? Was it on World Star? If they ain't posting it, I don't know about it.
Yeah, that shit did not even make it to TMZ. That shit was a media takeout, maybe.
Ed lying. Ed knew about this shit.
I swear I did not know.
Not even DJ Academics covered it. DJ Academics covered the Quavo fake baby mother that everyone knew was bullshit, But this thing, no, I didn't know about it. And I'm just saying, sorry, but you took a L. Like, this is the biggest L of Drake's career. Like, Meek Mill is there sipping his tea, watching, saying, yo, this is some good shit.
I'm sure they squashed it, though. But,
No, I'm telling you now, if you're Meek Mill, no matter if you squash the beat, you're looking at this saying, you got yours. And we'll get onto it later, but another fuckboy out there is Quentin Miller. But we'll get onto him later.
Yeah, like I just think this is definitely a knock to Drake's image, because he's got the image of the ladies' man, and he always does everything right for the ladies. So publicly outing him for this, and like Ed said, not
Drake
everybody knew
to be a ladies' man.
Yeah, that's his old image.
No, he's not. Because
I feel like
Drake is a ladies' man to regular girls. They all like him. All the girls like him. But all the girls that know him, all friend zone him. Even all his famous friends that he tried to get with Nicki Minaj, friend zone. Tried to get Rihanna, friend zoned. All these celebrity girls. I can't even bother the name.
Janae Aiko.
Yeah,
I'm talking from a fan's perspective, though.
But I feel like I should also point out the fact that I am not a Drake fan and I'm a Pusha T fan. Like, if it was up to me, I would love Pusha T to body Drake. I feel Pusha T has the potential to body Drake. I just don't think he has.
He has done it.
I think I don't even think we've seen the full extent of it yet. Like, I think there's probably another round coming. But
I just felt like we all knew this already.
No,
not everyone did. Trust. I know a lot. I've been seeing all the reactions and everything, and not everyone knew.
Unless there was a story a year ago, and this is something different, but there was definitely a story a year ago about Drake getting someone pregnant and hiding it.
All I know is that I didn't know he got a porn star, ex-stripper pregnant, and didn't want to pay her child support. Tried to force her to have an abortion, and the only thing he's doing for his son is some Adidas thing. They wasn't even going to release his sales. His son.
That's more than my dad ever did for me. So salute to Drake.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about Drake's dad afterwards. Yeah.
And she cleaned up her IG. Nothing like no.
Yeah, because they were going to do a whole campaign for this like rollout for for the Adidas thing.
Sounds like a good father to me.
I bet you he was gonna do that like when his album drops too. So like more awareness, I guess. Have this big summer rollout. But yeah, I just feel like either way, whether you think Pusha is winning this or not, I think Pusha made a good argument, and he definitely put Drake against the wall. Like Drake has to respond to this. Like he has to he has to respond.
Is rappers getting hoes pregnant something new? Or is that just because this is Drake?
That's just
we hold Drake to a higher standard?
No, because he's the number one guy in rap. So the fact that you're hiding this and stuff, like that's something like, whoa, like what? No, we didn't know this about you.
No, if you listen to Drake's music, he would never get a hoe like this pregnant, ex-porn star, stripper, whatever, and he would never try and force her to get an abortion. And if you listen to his music, he would not pay child support. So he's a hypocrite.
I don't think Drake can not pay child support. It's not up to him.
Well, he's trying to avoid it. And the only thing he's going to do for his son is this Adidas thing.
I just Googled now, and there's a story from May 2017 about this same thing.
Yeah, I'm not saying that that story didn't come out before, but not the whole world knew about it.
It's from TMZ as well.
How is that hard for you to understand that not everybody knew?
It's from TMZ. So did people just not read?
Because it was never addressed before.
Okay, but listening to the song, I just felt like, okay, we know this. Maybe everyone else took this as breaking news. I just felt like, okay, we know this.
The thing is with Drake fans, like he's so heavily streamed that like you could just listen to him, but like never be aware of any news or anything that's actually happening regarding him. Like he's that level of successful.
Not to mention his fan base, like, does anything they can to make him like seem like the perfect person, like any beef, any negative criticism about Drake hasn't like reached the masses because the fan base is there. Like they're ride or die for Drake. So at this point, I feel like there's enough eyes and ears to this Pusha shit that people are now actually questioning Drake's.
I haven't seen people's reaction to this. I just literally heard the song this morning.
I mean, the fact that it's trending still, I think to me says a lot.
And like that's just like revealing that in the song is just the surface level of it.
Yeah, but you're saying revealing like he revealed it. This is from a year ago.
But
maybe he reminded or he gave it more attention than it originally had.
No Drake fan.
This is not breaking news.
No Drake fan I know knows he has a child. No Drake fan I know knows he has a child.
Then no Drake fan you knows reads the internet.
No one Drake has fans that don't care about him. They just like his music. That's Drake. When you're big, you don't care.
My girlfriend.
You don't read all this stuff. Like, who cares about TMZ? Like, no one cares really. Like, they just want to listen to his music. And he's a hypocrite now. And he's a bum. He's a deadbeat dad. Now we know that now. Hopefully, he won't sell any more records based on life.
If you think Drake is not going to sell more records, you're crazy.
Nah, I said hopefully. Because man is a hypocrite. This guy needs to get beat up. How are you going to force a woman, to get an abortion, not do anything for your son, and you're rapping about Marvin's Room, you're rapping about sleeping with a broken heart, trust issues, all these songs he has, and then you want to be doing this. You know what they say, everything in the closet comes to light, innit? Or everything in the dark will be revealed, and Pusha T's revealing what Drake is really about. Like people say, Drake is just a face that sings Quentin Miller's songs. That's all he is.
Oh, come on. Have you heard Quentin Miller's songs? Let's not start this. Okay. How can we mute Ruthless? Nobody likes Quentin Miller music. Come on.
Quentin Miller is Drake. Quentin Miller is Drake. That's who he is. Because Drake, he writes Drake's songs for him. It's just like he's just a face.
He wrote like 4 Drake songs. Come on.
Well, more than that, apparently. Well, and then he took verses from Quentin Miller songs. But if you listen to what Drake said on his diss track, he says that if you're going to be saying that Quentin Miller writes my raps, blah, 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 then I'm the one making him hits because I'm the one that's used. He writes them, and I'm the one used to, sing them, make them hits. Because without Drake, Quentin Miller will be unknown and he wouldn't have any hits. But the hits he had, he gave to Drake, and Drake makes them hits. So they need each other.
That's very true. I feel like people will shit on Quentin Miller, and I'm not a Quentin Miller fan.
I don't feel like Drake cannot have hits without Quentin writing for him. Let's not act like that's the case.
Yeah, he'll have other people writing for him.
Do you believe Drake doesn't write any of his songs?
I feel like he gets help. I feel like it's a collaborative effort.
But
much
I feel
like
all
Kanye.
rappers
Yeah. And I agree. A lot of rappers do. Like Kanye, I mean, look at his...
I just think that's the way music is made these days. People ain't going in booths with a notepad and writing bars. There's collaborations. There's a lot of people in the studio. They come up with ideas. They borrow ideas. They buy verses from ghostwriters.
Yeah, it's kind of like how I ghost wrote for your projects.
Yeah, mine were trash ones, maybe.
All I'm saying is no real rapper, gets a ghostwriter.
But do we consider Drake to be a real rapper?
No.
I put Drake in the same boat that we put people like Diddy and Dr. Dre in. It's like they are legends and they make hot songs, but to me, then, if I found out Jadakiss has a ghostwriter, to me, that's damaging. If I find out Pusha T has a ghostwriter, that's damaging. Drake having a ghostwriter is okay. Like, we expect that from someone
level
like Drake.
But, I feel like if we know that, we can't, not...
It's like people saying Tekashi has a ghostwriter. Like, probably.
Nah.
Change?
Nah. Tekashi 6ix9ine's different. Like, he's like someone else has a ghostwriter. A big song, but basically he's like Tekashi will write a verse, and then someone will say to him, "Nah, change this around instead." Like, that's not a ghostwriter. I don't class it as a ghostwriter. I class it as like someone just helping you a bit, like just making it better. Saying, you know what I mean? Not a real ghostwriter. That's actually writing.
But nobody looks at him and say, "Okay, this guy is a rapper. He's got bars." And I feel the same about Drake. Drake has hits, and I don't think Drake's hits are because of necessarily his lyrics. If you wrote those songs like Quentin Miller and you gave it to someone like Meek Mill, they wouldn't be the same level of hits. Drake's had his voice, his presence, his whole style that makes these songs hits. I don't think it's just somebody else giving him this.
I guess I can agree with that.
Yo, you know what we didn't address here? So 40's dying. I didn't know about that.
40. Yeah, that was disrespectful. That was
anything goes. Anything goes, man. Nah, fuck
Drake
that.
didn't say anything that personal.
Okay, no, but Drake.
This is a man who has nothing to do with this beef.
Drake mentioned
his girl didn't have anything to do with it.
He didn't say your girl's dying. Like, how long does she have left to live?
But if you're say you're in a beef with someone you don't really mess with like that, and they mention your baby mother or something.
He didn't say anything disrespectful. He said, "I'm gonna let it ring on you like your wife," which was a corny bar, by the way. That was trash.
Okay. Well, he actually name dropped it though.
Yeah, but it wasn't like any disrespect associated with it.
I think anything goes in rap.
You're famous. You don't want your wife's name out there, though.
In the great spirit of rap, in the name of the greatest rapper that ever lived, Tupac Shakur, what would Tupac have done? What would Tupac have said or done if he was Pusha T? Would this be allowed? Not allowed? Or would this be too soft?
I think Pusha T shouldn't be compared to Tupac, first of all. What the fuck? And making a smoothie and shit.
All I'm saying is that the best rapper ever lived, Tupac, had one of the best diss songs ever, and he did worse than what Pusha T has done, and we all accept it. So I don't think he went far.
I agree with him because he told someone with sickle cell to die. So I agree.
Yeah, but he was beefing with the guy he told to die. Pusha T's not beefing with 40.
Nah, Tupac was beefing. No, let's get it right. In the original version of that song, Tupac dissed Jay-Z as well and other people that were around. And he dissed people that were around Biggie. He didn't just
40 is a producer and engineer. He's not a rapper.
No, but he's like.
But he's part of the crew, you know.
Yeah.
He's
the main guy. Yeah, he's
OVO's the main engineer. Producer.
Not only that, didn't Drake get at Kanye for producing the track? So there you go. Like, what the hell do you mean?
Yeah, but Drake ghostwrites for Kanye, so he has every right to get.
Okay, and I'm pretty sure
is not related in any way to this beat.
I'm pretty sure 40 has something to do with the writing in Drake's music.
Come on.
I mean, like, okay.
He's in the studio making the songs. He's probably like directing him. I guarantee he has a part in the writing.
One thing I will say though, if he actually is dying, like is he legit dying?
From what I know, yeah.
Okay, yeah, then he probably should have left out.
I don't feel like this beef is serious enough to warrant that level of disrespect.
Because the thing is, like, you're not going to be able to go back and listen to this, like, once, you know. It's not going to feel the
same. You're not going to want to listen to it because it's garbage.
Nah.
I look forward to Drake's Ether.
All I know, is that if you're dissing me, I'm bringing your mom, your kids, your family, any ex-girlfriend, anything you've done into it.
That's what I'm doing with my Carl diss. So I'm just letting you know now.
All right. I got work for you.
We'll
Scorpion versus Sub-Zero coming soon.
Yeah, plug all the music right now. We're gonna end it off right now, but yeah.
I'm gonna release Ed's diss track at the end of this podcast.
Get the strap